Hello, and welcome to Everyday Penny, where savings changes everything. If you're new here, I'm Sandra Carlisle. I'm a financial fiduciary, and you can always look up my details in the description or even on LinkedIn. But I'm also an artist. So the information that I bring to this channel is on finance, but in an artistic way to help my friends who are also creatives. So today's talk is on how art and finance come together and how they meet and how alike they are in so many ways. So for my friends who are creatives, who are nervous about getting into finance or nervous about looking at their financials, nothing to fear here. It's only money. And it's like any other medium you could use when you're creating. It's a tool to get you from point A to point B and to help you create everything you want to create. Everything. Anything you can think of. In this video, I'll be debunking the myth that art and finance don't mix. Because I believe they do. And I've been able to raise 2 kids on my own, live in decent places and good school districts for them for, I don't know, well, they're only 16 and 14, but so for that many years and more. So anybody can do this. The first thing we always start with, even as an artist, is a blank canvas. You gotta start with a clean slate. So I had done previous videos about budgeting and saving and debt demolishing. So please look back to those if that's a place that you need to start. But whatever you can save goes to your investment of your life. And how to, I also did a video on how to align your life with your finances, or align your finances with your life, however you wish to think about it. So because your finances are a support, they're just a support. And what you want to create and want to make happen is your life. So starting with a clean slate and visualizing a plan or having an idea of what you're trying to create is the first place to start. So that's number 1, blank canvas. Number 2, layers of brushstrokes are the same as a financial strategy. So when, as an artist, we go in, the first thing we do is we put down a base layer, just some color in different areas to position the painting that we're doing. Or it could even be pencil lines and drawing on a canvas. Or if you're creative in sculpture or building, it would be creating that initial plan. And it's just really having a visualization of where you want to go. That's the most important thing. And because the plan can change and things happen that make the plan change. And that's okay, because it is a journey. So you kind of just go with it and you pivot and you can move the plan around. But you have to have at least some idea of what you're trying to create. So with financial strategy, the best place to start is to make sure that, you don't have extra money that you're paying out because of debt and paying on interest. So wipe that, get that clean slate. And then from there, look at all the insurances that you may need, whether it's car insurance, health insurance, life insurance, whatever you need to give you a solid, stable place to start. And then you're going to build on that. And if you have a systematic savings plan, so we call them SIPs, systematic investment plans, you would start investing in that. And then that money will start going to work for you. And as that money goes to work for you, you'll have more money to do more of the things that you want to do. If you're saving for a trip or an adventure, works the same way, a little bit at a time. So you make a plan, your money comes in every week, every other week, once a month, however you make your income, and you put some aside for that future plan, as well as money aside to pay your bills at the end of the month, or to take care of your family, or for food and the necessities. So that's all part of a financial plan. So a budget is part of your financial strategy and part of your financial plan. Now, here comes the fun part. Now we start adding color, and we start really making something come alive. And it's the same thing in finance. You're now going to start diversifying those investments that you're making. So it's not just saving money, but how can I make this money work harder for me? And there's all kinds of different investments that you can make and diversify that portfolio. So I just mentioned SIPs, so systematic saving plans are a good place to start. A mutual fund is a systematic savings plan. If you're putting money in to a retirement account with an employer, if you're just putting money into a money market, it's a systematic savings plan. If you have in your budget that you're putting X amount of dollars in at a specific time every month towards that plan. So diversifying that. Well, I just talked about insurance. There are, stocks and bonds, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, real estate. Oh gosh, there's so many things you can invest in. You can invest in art. And now we have NFTs. The reason we diversify our portfolio is to mitigate risk. But just as an artist would use colors to change perspective, to create depth, to create a mood, in finance, you would use different investments to create a different effect. So obviously insurance to mitigate the risk, maybe investing in a stock portfolio for appreciation and gain, and to get to where you want to go sooner. And balance that out with some safer, less risky, lower beta investments so that you can get to where you want to go. But I want you just to visualize this as again, creating something. Because I think people get really bogged down in the pressure of finance and with their money, and they get very worried about it. And it's really not anything you should be worried about. You should be able to use it as a tool to create the life you want. Next, we have techniques and investment strategies. So just like An artist would hold a brush in a certain way to create a certain look with that brush stroke on the canvas. You can create a different result with your strategy in investing. So, like just stocks and bonds, to invest in stocks and bonds are going to create a different result than, let's say, real estate. So if you invest in real estate, your benefit would be renting out the real estate and making a monthly income on that. It could be fixing it up and then selling it at for a greater amount, which would not only yield your return on investment, but also a profit. That's a strategy. Again, as an artist, if you were moving your brush in a circular motion, it's going to create a circular shape. So it's parallel. What you do with your brush stroke and what you choose in investments and how you choose to invest. Because there's all different ways to get the same result in the end and to get that life-aligned monetary picture for yourself. And you have to do it your way, because trying to do it somebody else's way isn't going to work as well as if you just do it your way in a way that really aligns with your life. So let's say you are a very creative person and you're really handy and you decide to go into real estate and fixing and selling up homes. Well, it becomes your life, it becomes your job, and it also helps you to support your family and gain assets that you then can invest in other areas to diversify, so that if something happens with the housing market and it's not working out very well for you, that you have that safety net and that cushion. So last is stepping back, looking at what you're doing, reviewing it, deciding if it's actually really working for you, and if not, pivoting and doing something different. Because the last thing you want to do is to keep doing the same thing over and over again, and if you're not getting good results, right? You want to get better results. So step back, review what's going on, look at what you created. Look at what I created. Look at what you created and decide whether it's really working for you. And if it's not, change it. I actually, in this video, you'll see a painting that I'm working on that I really got crazy with, and I got way too busy, and I had to go back and calm it down, because that wasn't what I was going for. But I wouldn't have known that that wasn't what I was going for until I stepped back and reviewed what I had already done. So, wrapping this up, art, creating, you're going to be doing the same thing. If you're a creative person, you create your financial situation. You create what you want to have happen. Most artists that I know, they continually invest in themselves, whether it's education or a different show, trying a different technique. So they use the money that they gain from their work and they reinvest it. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's the same thing. You reinvest most of the time right into your business. But there's a way to do that and plan for that. So here's the steps. You got to plan. You have to budget. You have to know what's going on so that at the end of the month, you're not standing there with empty pockets. You have to have an emergency fund because you never know what's going to happen. Investing for passive income. So earn more, work less. Great idea, right? We all want to do that. And then insurance for those things that we just can't see. So those big surprises. You need insurance. And that's it. I actually will be doing an additional video because there's more to this that I want to talk about, but I also want to try to keep my videos 15 minutes or under because your time is valuable. So if you liked, video resonated with you, please subscribe and share and tell your friends. There's actually a financial person on YouTube who's an artist and likes to talk about both. Have a great day.